Here are two of the cards, and we're actually just going to make one of these tonight. I will be giving away the cards that we make this evening, but you'll notice here we've got some beautiful new designer paper and new stamps. So anyway, we'll be making one of these tonight. And then I'm going to show you how to work this new die, You Matter. Love changes everything. All right, so I'm going to show you all about the dies that are in the set. And then we're going to finish up the night catching butterflies. This is my celebration pick of the week. So she is so cute. She is so fun to color. And I'm going to tell you all about the different blends that I used, okay? Hi, Diane. So glad you like the cards. Thank you. All right, so let me put these back. And then I'm going to show you everything that's part of the suite. This is the entire suite. It's called All Together Collection. And you'll notice that there's a brand new stamp set here together, stamp set. Thank you, Arlene. And there's some designer paper. And look at those brand new blends. Aren't they amazing? They're the natural tone Stampin' blends. And then, of course, we have dies. Tina, you are more than welcome to case these cards. I consider that a compliment. Thank you very much. Here's the stamp set up close. You're going to get the hands and a heart, and then you get the words, okay? Hi, Deborah. Oh, thank you, Jeanne. I'm so glad you like the sampler. Thank you. They're so fun to make. Here's the designer paper. I'm trying to think of the name of the designer paper. All Together Designer Series Paper. That's the name of it. Okay, so now that you can see the paper. All right. Let's see. Yeah, you've got to go back and see the sampler and the cards. Okay, so I want to show it to you in person. It's here together. And when you open it up, you get here for you, and then you get You Matter, a heart, and then you get these hands, okay? So I want to show you what they look like when they're cut out. This is what they look like. Here for You die. So I've stamped the hands and cut them out with the die, and then I colored them. And then Here for You and You Matter are the words. Love the words. And ladies, can you guess what adhesive I used to add these words tonight? I know y'all are going to get it right. If you've watched me for any amount of time, then you know exactly which adhesive I used. Oh, thank you, Sharon. So for those of you who love the sampler, you can get one even if you're an online customer, okay? All right, so that's the dies. Oh, and I'm going to show you the best part, okay? Well, let me show you the paper, and then I'm going to show you the best part, all right? Yes, Margaret, you got it right. Adhesive sheet. Yep, you girls got it. You know me. Y'all know me too well. All right, here's the awesome paper. It's got some really bold geometric designs. This is what this one looks like when it's flipped over. I've already gone through most of the paper and I'm getting sad about it. Here's another piece. Let me go ahead. I'm going to zoom in. Here's the opposite side of that. Now this sheet right here, you can color with the Stampin' blends. You can also color these hearts with Stampin' blends. This reminds me of a rainbow. And then look what's on the opposite side, hands. So you can color these as well. Here's another piece. Here are the hands. You can color these, put these on a card as well. Here's another sheet. And another sheet. Aren't they pretty? Just really pretty patterns. I'm going to assume there are 48 sheets in this pack, but I would actually have to look. And I'm trying to think of the name of the designer paper again. But this is all black and white, okay? Love this piece. Look at this, little tiny hearts. And then we have, isn't that pretty? And then we have the stripes. So that's our paper. I believe it's $11.50. I am pretty sure, let me just look real quick. The paper is called All Together and it's $11.50. Then you have the bundle and you can save 10% with the bundle, $48.50. Then you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 new blends. 10 new Stampin' blends, and you can buy a set of 2 or you can buy all 10 of them. There isn't a savings if you buy all 10 of them, but there is an item number for the collection, okay? I'm loving the paper. Now, if you decide you want the entire collection, which is stamp set, dies, 10 markers, and designer paper, one item number, 160941, and it's $105. Now this cannot be used as a half off product, okay? You can't enter in that item number for half off, okay? So now let's get to the best part, and that is the new blends. Now some of you saw these yesterday when I did my Be Creative tip of the week. So these are our 10 new colors. For a long time now, Stampin' Up! Demonstrators as well as customers have been asking Stampin' Up! For some natural tones for coloring skin. And so now we've got a beautiful combination of them. So Diane Rivers, you are so right. I've made tons of black and white cards and then I'll put some red with it or some hot pink. And it's amazing. So the paper is awesome. So these are the blends. And just in case you missed my Be Creative tip, you can actually download the Natural Tones chart off of my blog. Now, does anybody have any questions on how to do that? Do I need to show you? I think I might show you just so everybody knows. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and I am going to go over to www.becreativestamping.com. Now this is my blog, and if you scroll down, by the way, this is today's post, and this is the Facebook Live in the Hive printable that I talk about every week. Now, if we scroll down further, you're going to notice that I have a color chart, and here it is. Download Natural Tones Stampin' Blends color chart. You can click on that. This will pop up. This sheet will pop up, and you can print it, okay? I did print mine on basic white cardstock, or Stampin' Up! Cardstock, okay? I did not use copy paper. So I would recommend one sheet of our basic white cardstock. You could even use our Whisper White thick cardstock, okay? So I'm going to show you what I've been doing. I haven't quite finished yet, but you can take 2 markers and you can blend the color for a different skin tone. So what I like to do is I like to keep all of my markers in order of the number, okay? That's just me. I like to do that. You may also find that you want a color lifter. Just in case you get too much of one color, you can lift that up with our color lifter. All right. So I'm working on the row 600. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the 600 blend. And I use the brush tip for this. And then what I do is I just put a little bit of that color there. So I'm going to try 600 with all the other marker colors, okay? So that's what I'm doing now. They are so fun. I don't even know what I'm doing with these things, and you know, everything I color is turning out great. All right, and by the way, you see 600 and 600 here? These two are the same, so I'm just gonna blend those two together, okay? And once it dries, it lightens up. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take every one of our markers, 600, here's 100, and so I'm gonna add that 100 right there, okay? And that's gonna be a pretty dark skin tone, as you can see. And then I'm going to mix it with the 200. And then we're gonna move on to 300. This is a nice reference chart to have when you're coloring skin tones. And see, we're gonna practice tonight on our little girl with catching butterflies, okay? So that's kind of why I brought her in tonight. Now I'm moving up to 500. So does everybody understand what I am doing? And now we'll do 600. Well, I've done 600, so I can skip over that one. And now we'll do 700. It's so fun to see how they all turn out. Sue, I'm so glad you're finding the chart helpful. All right. Oh. And let's see, what's next? We have 900. Now, it starts darkest to lightest. So the 100 is dark, and 1000 is your lightest natural tone, okay? So as you can see, I haven't finished my chart yet. One of the reasons is because I like to demonstrate what it is the chart can do for us. And so that's what I have so far. I'll leave these blank and do those when I have classes next week. But as you can see, these are some of the different skin tones, and it'll make a great reference. The markers work great. Ooh, animals. I can't even wait to try animals. I hadn't even thought of that, Arlene. Yay. All right, well, I think we're ready to start our very first card. And I'll leave my blends there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and we're gonna bring in this card. And I wanted to show you, the purpose of this card was to show you both stamped images. Okay, they're both hands. Yeah, hair color would be awesome, Margaret, absolutely. And so here we talked about that pop of color. I've got a little bit of real red behind there. So yeah, different colors just pop on this black and white. So I'm gonna show you how to make this card right here, but wanted to give you another option with a basic black card base. This is the Whisper White. And then I wanted to show you the two different stamped images. And by the way, this heart die comes with the set, and it's a nice size heart. Okay. So I actually want to create this scalloped border tonight, and I pulled out my hand-pinned petals. And you all might remember this set here. It was new in the annual catalog last year, so it's in our annual book now. And this is the die that I want to use with it. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull that out. I'm going to also be using the ornate frames tonight, and I'm going to use this piece here for cutting out this piece for the words. Okay, so that's where that's from. And I'm also using layering circles, and I'll measure these dies for you, okay? Plus, I'm gonna bring in the classic matte dots. Now, for those of you who purchased my embellishment chair, you have a half a package of these, and they're really fun. They're in white and berry vanilla, and I'm gonna say Smoky Slate, but it could be basic gray, and then the black. Okay, as you can see, I've already used a lot of the black ones. Okay, so let's get our Stampin' Cut Emboss machine and get this little bit of cutting done that we need to do. I did want to show you how I do this. Let me go ahead and zoom out. See if I can put that right there. And I want to measure for you before we cut it, okay? Now, the piece that I am measuring is this white piece, okay? So that's what I'm going to share with you now, the measurement for the white piece. And on the card that we're making, it's the measurement on the black piece that I'm about to share with you, okay? So let's look at this piece of basic black. And you're going to want to be sure that it measures 3 7/8 and 4 3/4. Okay? And we're going to get our platforms out, and we need all of them, 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to put that there. And then we're going to lay this right across here. All right, and I get pretty close to the end, okay? I get it pretty close. All right. And I think I've got it. Now, you all know my technique. It's hold your breath. All right, I think that's gonna work. I hope it works. We will see. Sorry for all the shaking. Aha, it stayed in place, and now we have that ruffled edge that we want, okay? So let me toss that and move this out of the way. Okay. Now our next piece is going to be the designer piece. And this will measure 3 1/4 inches by 4 3/4 inches. And I think I can go ahead and zoom in a little bit there. And then we're going to position this right along here, okay? And you're going to notice that the measurement is, this black piece is a bit wider. But we're going to go with it. It still works. I could certainly have made the designer paper a little bit bigger, okay? Nicole, you can find the scallop border right here, hand-pinned petals. And as a matter of fact, let's put this back before I lose it, okay? So hand-pinned petals for that one. Good question. All right, so let's go ahead. We're just going to use our Stampin' Seal. All right. You can tell I've been coloring because the blends, they seep through the paper. And that's okay. That's normal, okay? For it to seep through the cardstock, that is okay. All right. And we're going to put this right here. And certainly, if you wanted your designer paper to be a little bit wider, you can do that, okay? So now this is actually ready to be put onto the card base, and y'all know I'm about to use my dimensionals. We're gonna pop this one up, okay? You're welcome, Nicole. All right. Oops. And then one more piece. Put that one right there. Now we're using a standard card base, okay? It is the thick Whisper White card base, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, okay? So just a standard card base. Okay, I wanted to be sure. It looked kind of big. All right, and here we're just going to center this, all right? And we'll be giving away this card tonight, by the way. All right. Okay, so that part is done. And now I'm going to take the circle, and this is what we're going to stamp on. And let me give you the diameter of the circle. I would say it's roughly about 2 5/8. Okay, that's the size that I am using. And I'm going to use this one. Remember, this was the card with the other set of hands, okay? This one we're going to make 2 different colored hands. We'll see how good my coloring is tonight. All right. So I'm going to flip that over, and I'm going to ink this up with black Memento ink. Now, it's really important when you're using our Stampin' blends, you need to use the black Memento ink, okay? Very important. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp this right here. So just about in the center of the circle, okay? All right, and there's our hands right there. Now we're going to do the coloring, okay? Now, I did not write down today what colors I used, okay? So I'm going to go with a lighter hand here and a darker hand here, okay? Okay. I know, cross your fingers for a card, absolutely. Now, I have found that the SU-1000, I have found this great for nails. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to color the nails so that I don't color over them. So we'll get the nails all colored. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little more for you. All right, so nails are done. And then let's go ahead and we'll color the lighter hand. Okay, so I'm just guessing, okay? It's probably not going to be the same color as this one. But I'm going to do a 700 and 800, which is more on the lighter side. So, hi, Mary. Welcome. Never too late, Mary. Never too late. And I'm going to actually, I'm using the 700. Okay. And that's what I'm going to do my outline with. And then I'll use the 800 for blending. Okay, so that is 700. And now I'm going to take the brush tip, and it's 800. And I'm just going to blend this in. And I really think, you know, the more we work with them, the easier it's going to become. These are they're just awesome to color with. Okay, what do you think? And it'll probably lighten up as it dries. Okay, so that's our first one. I'll even zoom in a little bit more for you. Okay, so that was 700 and 800. Okay. Now I'm going to go a little bit darker this time, and I think I will choose 400 and 500. Now, it doesn't mean you have to use them in the same order, okay? You could use 400 and 800 if you want, or 100 and 400, okay? I'm still experimenting with them, so I tend to keep things pretty close together, okay? So the outline for this one I'm going to use with, it's a 400. So we're going to outline this one. So I know, you know, when you become a demonstrator, you have the opportunity to pre-order product a month ahead of time. So that's one of the advantages of being a demonstrator. And so I'm really just now starting to work with these, and I'd love to hear from other demonstrators who are watching tonight what you think of them. You know, I don't consider myself to be a fabulous colorer, and I find it very easy to color when I'm using these. All right. All right, so what do you think? Yes, you are right. You are right, Sue. The lower the number, the darker the color is. You are absolutely correct. So it goes darkest to lightest. Okay, and of course we have our color lifter. That does not come with the collection, but it's in our annual book. Okay. All right, we're going to finish up our card now, and I'm going to use some seal, and we are going to get this black scallop circle on the card. Let me measure this scallop for you. Diameter is going to be about 2 3/4. Okay. I know it's really fun to play with the colors. I'm really enjoying it. And honestly, what I've colored so far, I haven't had to redo. So I've been pretty happy with it. All right, we're going to pop up these hands. Look how this seeped through to the back. That is okay. That is normal. And it's normal for the other blends to do that too, okay? All right. And we're going to pop this up, and I'm going to put that about right there, okay? And just center that, okay? And then remember, we're using the ornate frames, and so I've already cut that piece out. And let me see, I may not have gotten a block out for this. We'll get through this together. Yeah, I need a block. Let me grab a block real quick. I had some over at the sink because I need to wash my blocks. Okay, so we're gonna add, we'll get through this together, okay? All right. And then we're gonna pop this up as well. Carol, I love it. Carol says the wrong side would look good as the right side. You're absolutely right. Oh, good question, Arlene. Okay, so of course the Stampin' blends will carry over to our annual catalog. That is such a good question, Arlene. Will the Swede be in the new book? Okay, Stampin' blends are going to carry over, okay? The paper is available while supplies last. And before I tell y'all something wrong, let me look. The stamp set and dies are also only available while supplies last. Okay, so everything is available while supplies last. The blends carry over to the new catalog. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to grab some embellishments here. And these are really fun. They're a little bit, the shape is different than the black matte dots, okay? These are kind of flat on the top, whereas their black matte dots in the annual book, they're round, okay? All right, and I've got a little dot sitting right up here on top. I'm going to see if I can just grab it. Yes. But I grabbed the gray one too, so hang on. I hate to waste it, so I'm trying to grab it. Okay, got it. All right, it's a little one, but I want to go on and use it. Okay, so that's with the little one, and that's with the bigger dot. Okay, now, while we have this out, oh, we need our heart. So hang tight. I do have the heart. And we're going to pop up this sweet little heart as well. And it's a nice little size. This heart die does come with the sweet, okay? Now you could also take your wink of Stella, and look, we could put the heart here, or we can put the heart up here. You can also take your wink of Stella, and you could use that to color the hands. Okay, and we're going to give away this cute little card tonight. So I'm going to put my little label on that, and we'll give that away later. Okay, and remember, this is the other card. You make it the very same way. Okay, so I wanted you to see that. All right, any questions? I know, right? Gotta have that wink of Stella. Okay. So our next card, let me move that one out of the way, is going to use some of the designer paper and the brushed metallic cardstock. I'm so glad you like the cards. Thank you. Rose, you're so welcome. I'm glad you received your catalogs. All right. Yes, if Peggy is watching, Peggy Etheridge, if she's watching, you must use Wink of Stella. Absolutely. So that's what we're gonna create now. I'm so glad everybody likes the cards. Thank you. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the other die. So I used You Matter, and now I'm going to use Here for You because I want you to see both of them, okay? So I'm gonna get out the brushed metallic cardstock. Here it is. And I'm thinking we're going to use the adhesive sheet. And so I'm trying to remember if I put it in there or not. Nope, here it is. Here's my adhesive. All right. You all know, if you've watched me any amount of time, that I love my adhesive sheets. And that's what we're going to be using right now. And we're going to stick it on the back. I am going to be using an older pair of scissors that I don't mind if they get sticky. Okay, and I can clean them off with Goo Gone, but they do get a bit sticky. Okay, now I need to lift this up. Stella's sleepy. Stella's gone to bed, huh, Peggy? All right, I'm just lifting up that piece of paper. You'll know which side to use. This is the sticky side. All right, so I'm gonna just put that there. It doesn't have to be straight. Okay, so keep that in mind. And I need one more piece of this. Actually, let's see, do I really need it? Yeah. All right, now I'm going to cut another piece. Now my fingers are sticky. I'm just trying to lift up that corner. Again, you're going to know which side to use, okay, because it is sticky. All right, so there's the back, okay? And so this is what we're going to cut. And the hearts I've already taken care of and cut for you. So let me zoom on out. There we go. And I'm just going to put it right there. I can even put it to the side. And I'm going to add the plate. And then we're gonna roll this on through, okay? Now I'm gonna roll it through again just because it's words and sometimes they need a little extra cutting. All right, and then I'm gonna check the back because I wanna be sure everything cut completely through. And it looks like we're in great shape, okay? So I can move that. Okay. And let's see. We're going to poke out those little pieces there. All right, make sure they're gone. And then I can put this away before I lose it. Okay. Yeah, you know, it's funny, if you get used to using the adhesive sheets, you won't go back, you know, because they're really nice. All right. So I'm just trying to separate us and get us out of here. There we go. There we go. Okay. And I can still use this. Like I could cut out more hearts. So I'll probably save that scrap. Okay. Then the other thing I like to do is poke out the little pieces if I can. So let me do that real quick. If I can. Sometimes when I go to peel the adhesive, this is going to pop off anyway. So, and that piece, that almost looks like it did not cut, but we'll find out when we go to peel this off, okay? So we're gonna work on that a little bit more when we get closer to it. All right, so here's the original card. And this time, my thought is, we're gonna turn it this way, okay? And then I have these scraps. Honestly, these were scraps laying on my cutter, okay? So I didn't do anything special to these scraps, okay? They were just laying there. And we're gonna overlap these, okay? And I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll do a white and then a black and then a white and a black. What do you think? And I'll measure these for you, but again, they were scraps. This measures 1 1/4 inches by 3 1/2 inches. Okay. All right. So let's see. It doesn't matter if we start from the top or the bottom. And so, and I'm actually going to make it a little crooked. Okay. And then you can use either side. I'm going to go with the hearts, and I'll overlap that a little bit. Oh, and by the way, I'll go back and I'll tell you the measurement on that square, okay, in case you want to make one like that. And the last one is right there. Okay, let me just measure this square for you in case you decide that you want to make this. It's going to be 2 inches. So it's a 2 by 2 inch square. Okay, so that's done. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to put that right there. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to try and peel this off. Now this is going to take us a little bit of time. But I think you're going to find that the adhesive sheet is the way to go on this. And as you can see, some pieces are literally popping out as I peel this off. All right, and there's another piece. Remember, we put 2 pieces of adhesive on the back. I'm going to zoom in so y'all can see what I'm doing. I think there's some more adhesive over here, but I could be wrong. I think. There we go. There was another piece, and there it goes. Okay, and this has got some adhesive on it. Because remember, I put it on in 2 pieces. I was using up my scraps. There we go. You could use probably 1 sheet or... All right. Now, we still have some... We still have negative pieces here, okay? The negative piece is the piece that I'm pulling out of the letters, okay? So I'm going to go through here and see if I can't pull out all those little pieces. Sometimes you can do it before you take the adhesive off. Other times you have to just wait until you peel off the adhesive. Almost there. And... all right, we got them all out, okay? So then what we'll do is we're gonna just put this right on here, and you can put it anywhere, all right? All right, so there you go. There's here for you, and here it is this way. And I do have one of those hearts here. So we'll pop up this heart. I'm hoping I have 2. I think I have a second one. I have everything sticking to my fingers here. All right, and let's see, where should we add this? Well, definitely let's put one right there, okay? Now let me see if I can find another heart. Yep, got one more left. And you could stick this down with an adhesive sheet too, okay? And then let's go ahead and, I don't know, we'll put one right there. How does that sound? Okay, so zoom out a little bit. And then here they are. Now you'll notice on this one, I did add some of those embellishments, so you could do that as well if you want, or you can just leave it like that. All right. But in all honesty, I think this shows up better because it's on all black. All right. Now what we're going to do is, since it's a basic black card base, we're going to add an inside here. All right, so let's do that real quick. I'm out of adhesive. I'm going to switch over to this one. All right. And the reason I'm doing that is because I need to refill my other one. All right. So that's in there. And then I took another scrap. You know how we have those little scrap pieces? So I took this scrap piece, and it's 3/4 inches by 4. The basic white paper inside is 4 inches by 5¼ inches. This is 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches, okay? Now I've got one little heart left. And so I'm going to add that inside. And put a little Tombow there. And I will pick it up. I'm glad you all like these cards. You know, I never know. All right, so we'll put a little red heart there. And let's put some words in here. Let's see. Words, words, words. And I think I already, yeah, here it is right here. Let's do every act of kindness changes the world. And let's do it in red. All right, we'll give it a pop. Hopefully I'll get this in here straight since I've already put my basic white cardstock in there. All right, and that's real red ink. All right, so here it is again, right here. And then you open it up like that. And, oh, look what's on the back. We're gonna fix that. All my little sticky pieces, they're all on the back. Oh, Arlene, that is so sweet. Thank you so much. So glad y'all like them. I will have to tell you, these were really fun to make. I like the black and white. I really do. And at the end, I'm going to show you a Ladybug card with the black and white. All right, here's the other one right here. All right. All right, so we'll let somebody take that home tonight. And I forgot I had it over here, but I actually have the refill over here. So let me change this real quick. By the way, do y'all know how to clean these and get all the sticky stuff off? Sometimes I'll take Goo Gone and a paper towel and I'll clean all of this adhesive off. And guess what? It's a brand new dispenser when I do that. And all I did was use some Goo Gone and a paper towel. Okay? So it's an easy way to clean. All right, now for our next card, we've got all kinds of yummy Stampin' blends in here. We've got Pool Party and Smoky Slate, Highland Heather, Daffodil Delight, and Balmy Blue. Okay, so that's the Stampin' blend colors. We're gonna make this little girl just as cute as she can be. All right, I'm gonna move some things out of the way. Now, this is my celebration pick of the week. With a $50 purchase in my online store, you can select this as your free stamp set. And it has butterflies. If you love butterflies, this is a great one for you. You make my heart happy, celebrate every beautiful thing, collecting sweet thoughts of you. So, and here's like some little grass that you could put under her feet. Okay, so I'm going to show you something. I have to find the original card. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, so you all know that we have two white papers. This paper here is the basic white cardstock, okay? And this piece of white that I used is the Whisper White thick cardstock. Now the reason we have the thick cardstock is for card bases. But I also found in coloring this little girl that when I used the Whisper White thick, the colors did not bleed. So let me show you what I mean by that. This is basic white cardstock. By the way, I put numbers here just to remind me what color I did her face. Do you see that outline, how it bled? And you can see it on the legs too, but especially the outline around her face, it bled. And this is the basic white cardstock. I switched to the thick cardstock and it did not bleed. So do you see the difference? So when you color, if you can, use the thick cardstock. I think you're gonna get better results, okay? So I just wanna throw that out there and let you know. Now you might say, okay, well what happened to Whisper White cardstock? Because we used to sell that, right? And now we have basic white. The company that supplied Stampin' Up! With the Whisper White cardstock went out of business due to COVID. And so then Stampin' Up! Scrambled, hey, we gotta find another white cardstock. And so that's how we ended up with basic white cardstock and then the Whisper White thick, all right? So hopefully I haven't confused you. The main thing to remember is if you want to color I would color with the thick cardstock. I think you're going to get better results. It's just something that I observed. It's nothing that I have read, okay? Hey, Diane. So that's what we're going to do on this one too. We're going to color on that one. So let's go ahead and we'll get her stamped. We're going to be using the You Make My Heart Happy. Love that. And we're going to do that with some black memento ink as well. Let me just stamp that. Make sure it's stamping good. And I'm going to put this towards the bottom and hopefully I get it straight. I am not looking over this. So there we go. Not too bad. I probably should have had that a little bit lower, but that's okay. I think we'll still, yep, I'll still have room for her. So we're going to stamp her next. Now remember, and I said this earlier, when you're coloring with their blends, you've got to use the black memento ink, okay? So keep that in mind. Diane, since you're just joining us, you'll want to go back to the beginning and see tonight's brand new sampler and see my bingo class that's coming up. And by the way, your mom is watching tonight too, just in case you didn't know it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to stamp her here in the center, okay? All right, there she is. Now I'm going to take the little butterfly stamp. Let's go ahead and stamp one right there. And maybe we'll do one like that and put one over there. Excuse me. Now we're also going to stamp the inside, but we'll do that in a minute. All right, so now we're ready to color. Okay, so I will zoom on in as close as I can get here. All right, and this is called Catching Butterflies. Let's go ahead and we'll start with the net. And I used light Smoky Slate and dark Smoky Slate. And I am just going to outline these lines a bit. This is the dark, by the way, dark Smoky Slate. Put that on your list. I do tend to use the Smoky Slate a lot. And then we're going to do the light Smoky Slate. And then here I will just color on in. This is the brush tip. Most of the time I use the fine tip. It's just what I prefer. And I'm actually going to switch over to the fine tip just so I can get in here and get these little corners colored. All right. So this one is Smoky Slate. All right. I think my Smoky Slate is drying out a little bit. It might be time for a new one. All right. Okay. So that's that one. Now, let's go ahead and we'll work on her face, okay? And I did make notes for this one. It looked like I used 600 for the outline and 900 for her face. So let's give that a try. I moved my marker, so hang tight. So I really did skip between the numbers for this one. Okay. So 600, and I am going to go around her face. She is so cute. And this is our last card we're going to do tonight, and then I'm going to be giving them away. Now listen, I don't want you to go anywhere because when I'm done with this card, I'm going to show you a Ladybug card, okay? Our Ladybug night will be coming up on March 2nd. All right, so if you get a chance, look at all the Facebook event dates that I have put in today. Spent some time finishing up all that planning. All right. So now we're going to color, and I'm using the 900, which is lighter, okay? Trying to go around her eye there. I could have even taken the 600, and I could have done her nose. Let me try that. 600 again. There we go. I'm not done coloring yet. Oh, well, you know what, Sue? Now you can use that stamp set now, right? Now you're all ready to use it because you got an idea tonight for using it. All right, so there she is. I think she's turning out pretty cute. Okay. All right. Oh, Louise, I'm so glad you didn't miss. All right. Now, in the original card, I colored her dress balmy blue, but I wanted to try pool party. All right. Yes, you've got to get the paper. I wish I had a second pack of the paper. All right. So I'm going to use some pool party here, and I'm going to take the dark, and I'm gonna highlight these lines here. You know, Stampin' Up! Does a lot of the work for us when they add all these outlines and the lines. It's like they've already built in the shadows for us. It's pretty cool. All right. And so now, hi Debbie, welcome. All right, and again, this is pool party. You can use, her dress can be any color that you decide because it's going to go with the black and white designer paper, okay? All right, let's see. Well, let's go ahead and let's do a pool party butterfly. Okay. Lighten that up. All right, hang on 1 minute. All right. And the others, I'm going to use Highland Heather. This is the dark one. So in the centers, I'm making that part dark, and then I'm going to color it in with the light, okay? I know, Anita. They're my favorites too. Love those ladybugs. Can't get enough of the ladybugs. Then I'll just finish filling it in. Of course, I'm coloring outside of the lines now. So this is where I can take my color lifter and get that little bit of purple out, okay? And that'll help take that out. She would be cute with the designer paper for her dress. Oh my gosh, she would be adorable. All right, now for her eyes, I'm gonna do the 1000, which is the lightest, okay? And then I'm going to take the dark daffodil, and I'm going to just color in some of it with the dark, and then I'm going to be going back with the light daffodil. And that color lifter really helped with that. All right, we're going to finish coloring her hair. I do find coloring relaxing. I'll sometimes stamp a bunch of things, and I can color it while I'm watching TV at night. So sometimes I'll do that. Okay, so there she is now. She'll be super cute with Winka Stella, but let's get her on the card first, okay? So with this card, I actually, hang on, I got pieces and parts here. I actually cut this. This, of course, is an 11-inch sheet of paper. This is just our 8.5 by 11-inch paper. And then what I did was I cut it at 4¼ inches. On the 11-inch side, I scored it at 5.5 inches, okay? And then we're gonna add designer paper. I'll measure that for you. It is 4 inches by 2¾ inches. All right, and I'll close up here and I'll add this, okay. And then I'm gonna add it here, and there's about 1/4 inch allowance. So I'll show you what I mean by that. I've got 1/4 inch going all the way around, okay? And then I can pop her up. If I find my dimensionals, where did they go? Here they are. Again, I used the thick white cardstock, and it did seep through to the other side, which is perfectly fine. Yeah, you could take this designer paper and make her a super cute little dress with that. All right. So we'll put that about right there, and let's open it up. We're going to add a piece of basic white cardstock. It's 4 inches by 5¼ inches, okay? And I'm gonna be brave again, and I'm just gonna put it in here before I stamp inside. All right. Don't let me forget about that Ladybug card using black and white paper. It's adorable. All right, more scrap paper. This is 4 inches long, and this is, I think it's 3/4. Yeah, 3/4. If you had a 1 inch, use that. If you have a 1/2 inch, use that. And this goes right here along the bottom. And let's add some cute words. I'm going to add collecting sweet thoughts of you. This is part of the Catching Butterflies stamp set. Ah, I got a line. Oh well, I'll have to put an embellishment or a butterfly there. And then we're gonna add a group of butterflies up here. Okay, so you have the group of butterflies, or you have this single butterfly. All right, I'll just put that one there. Ah, I messed it up, but I will find something to cover that up. So let's use the dark and just color some of these butterflies. And we'll put one down here. Like that. I'll zoom in so y'all can see a little bit better. All right. You could also use balmy blue if you want. Okay, you can make your butterflies any color. They do not have to be Highland Heather and Pool Party, okay? Oh, Mary. Okay, Mary, I'll try and show you where that is. I actually have my catalog out over here on my desk. Yeah, so it's on I think it's on a different page, Mary. Mary's looking for the thick Whisper White cardstock. All right. Well, I thought I had my catalog over here. I do. We're going to put some Wink Estella on this cute little girl. Gail, that's an awesome idea. Awesome idea. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to try and find that thick Whisper White for Mary. And then after that, I'm going to put some Wink Estella on her dress. It's probably hidden from us, Mary. That tends to happen. If anybody finds it before me, let us know. Let's see. Yeah, that's the basic white right there. Thank you, Andrea. Thanks so much. 136. Oh, it's right here. The top of 136, thick cardstock. So this is our regular basic white. And this is their thick. And by the way, they call it basic white thick. It used to be Whisper White thick cardstock. Basic white thick cardstock. Okay, so let's put a little Wink Estella on her, and then we're gonna have a drawing. Oh, don't let me forget. Don't let me forget about that Ladybug card. It will definitely be one we make when we do our Ladybug class. Now, I talked about online bingo earlier tonight, and those details will roll out soon. And we're going to be our make and takes are going to be with the Ladybug set for online bingo. So that's going to be really fun. And my celebration bingo in person on February 27th, we're going to be doing celebration cards. And actually, we just might be doing this card because I think it's super cute. All right, and you can even color the inside butterflies if you want, okay? I think my Wink Estella is almost gone. I think I ordered one and it's coming tomorrow. All right, because I would like her to be more glittery. All right, so hopefully you can see that little bit of shine on her. I think I need a new pen. All right, I'll give away this one tonight because it's fine on the inside. I don't have a mark on it, okay? All right, and we'll put that on there, and we're gonna get ready. Oh, I've got to show you the Ladybug card. Hang on. I know, she makes me smile too. She makes me happy. All right, let me straighten up a little bit here. Okay, you ready for this? I'm using the black and white paper, and this is my Ladybug card. What do you think? There it is. Isn't she cute? She's adorable, and I use this paper. So grab a pack of this paper, okay? You need it. All right. Isn't she cute?